Okay, so I thought today I would talk about Sailor Moon for Pocky for Thought. And I've been rewatching the series for the first time in the original Japanese. And I watched the pilot for Sailor Moon Crystal. Say hi to Howie. Say hi, Howie. Okay, well, so I've been doing the little bit of compare and contrast that I can do, and so far I actually like the original anime better. That's most part of it, I guess, is nostalgia, but another part of it is that I just like the rounder animation better. I've never really been a fan of the shoujo artwork of kind of all shoujo manga. So, yeah, that's going to have an effect on whether or not I like anime that's more shoujo style. When I was a kid, I watched a lot of shonen anime and read shonen manga, but I watched a few shoujo anime, but never could get into the manga versions because I didn't like the art style. So, unless the Sailor Moon Crystals starts to have like a more interesting narrative structure or something about it that really grabs my attention, like character development or something, I'm probably not going to like it as much as I like the original. That said, I'm having there's some funny moments where the logic of the original anime is like, oh, how did this happen? How did they get away with not getting noticed or having their identities still be a secret? It's a genuine mystery sometimes, but it's still entertaining in a goofy sort of way, sort of like Power Rangers, I guess. And and it's fun to watch episodes I actually haven't seen before because I was only watching the dub when I was a kid. And some of the dub episodes I didn't even watch because I didn't really have access to the entire series. Because I started watching Sailor Moon when it was Sailor Moon S. So I'm very familiar with the Heart Crystals and Dream Mirrors plot lines, but not really the rest of it. Though I have seen Sailor Moon R, the movie. I'm not very familiar with the Anne and Alan storyline, though I know the very first season pretty well, or story arc, or whatever it's called. One thing I do like about Sailor Moon Crystal is how they've animated Tuxedo Mask and how they've been changing up a little his character. It doesn't really make sense, but it looks nice. And I'm disappointed, though, in how Jadeite looks. Jadeite does not look scary in the least. I get that he's supposed to be attractive and kind of a pretty boy character, but the Negaverse does not look scary. And I think a lot of it has to do with that they gave him really big eyes, like the heroes. And I guess I'm just used to my villains having narrower, more evil eyes in anime. I wouldn't necessarily have that be a requirement in different types of television, especially not live action actors, because that's not how that works. But with anime, I'm kind of used to having these little indicators on whether or not the character is a good guy or a bad guy, and then I can kind of better appreciate it when it does deviate from that archetype or stereotype. And you have to be a little scared of the villain, even if the villain's a little silly, when it's something that's not actually a comedy and more of a melodrama type thing. So Jedi's just not scary anymore. Not that he ever technically was, but like, no, why is it? No. So right now, I don't really see much point to watching either Sailor Moon Crystal over the original Sailor Moon, and with only this first episode out right now in a format that I can watch, which I've been watching on Hulu, because that's a legal platform, yay! But yeah, I haven't watched past that pilot because I don't have access to anything past the pilot, so I'm going to keep watching it to see if something happens, but I actually like the way that the original series was telling the story than this pilot, because it just seems structured better, even if things didn't quite make sense, logically speaking, but it was, you could still like get drawn in, and it's not even really that I know what happens, that part doesn't really matter. But that's kind of all I can really say about it right now, though I will say that with this rewatch of the Japanese, original Japanese, I can actually understand some of the censoring decisions. Like, I know that there was one episode that they just left out entirely that, had I seen that as a child, I probably would have been really freaked out and never would have talked to a boy ever. Yeah, so I can understand why certain episodes just were not dubbed at all. Yes. Obviously, there are some censorship decisions that they made that I'll never agree with, like making the lesbians cousins. That was weird. But with these are very early episodes, I actually can understand some of the censorship changes. That's not to say I would side with all of them. Just a few. Mostly to do with boys being perverts. And that's all I really have to say about it right now. So, talk to you guys later. Bye.